wanted to say something about my mom. My mom was my grandma's only child, and she was, everything in India is an arranged. All marriages are arranged marriages. So my grandfather arranged this marriage, and she was married into this big house with a lot of sisters and brothers and cousins. And my mom at that time went through so much bitterness, and my older sister was born and she was 19, I was born and she was 21. And my dad wouldn't let her go to work because it was shameful to let the women from the house to go out to work. So, but in spite of all that, my mom actually she laid the foundation for my education. She spent so much time concentrating on my older sisters and my education. She would very patiently sit with us and teach us grammar and English and math and everything. And I think whatever I'm practicing now, I learned from my mom. She always believed that you can always work harder. You can do more things. Nothing is inachievable. You can always work harder. That's what she always believed and always encouraged and told us to work harder and harder. And also when I think about my children, first Joseph, he was all by himself for 10 years. And I see him as an extension of me. He's a little clone or a big clone of me. So I always tell my husband he's 90% me and only 10% you. Except for his feet, everything else came from me. Because his feet just looks like my husband's feet. So I see myself through Joseph, his temperament. He can multitask things. He can play his video game and do his homework. And he can do things much faster than me. And when I look at Johannan, he's like this gentleman boy. He got my dad's name, and he knows that that's a big responsibility. He tells me, like, I'm from a town called Kundra back in India, but he tells me you can go to Kundra for 2 weeks only. You have to always come back. Because when there's a lot of things going on in the house, I tell him, let's run away to Kundra, so he doesn't want me to run away. Yesra is a beauty. He loves me beyond measures. He always wants to be attached to me, and it will sticker on me when I come home or when I come to church. Just thankful to God for my children. I just want to read this verse. When we were going through the lowest point in our life 10-12 years ago, we were so depressed and so many problems from every side of our life. God spoke to us through this chapter of Isaiah 60, very familiar chapter. It says, "Arise and shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon you." In the same chapter, it says chapter 60, 4, it says, "Lift up your eyes all around and see, they all gather together. They come to you. Your sons shall come from afar, and your daughters shall be nursed at your side. Then you shall see and become radiant, and your heart shall swell with joy." And I think the children our God has given us, they make us mothers radiant and swell with joy. I also want to remember all those families that we know they don't have children. I was touched by this Telugu Fellowship brother's testimony 2 years ago, Thanksgiving, I forgot his name. He was explaining, he was sharing with us the pain they went through because they don't have children. I pray that, God bless every family, every husband and wife with a child, at least a child, so that they don't have to go through the pain.